Hi, welcome back to another episode of The Next Big Bet, a podcast series brought to you by Creddinv Technologies. Today, we have a guest to whom we are going to talk about something that is a very booming sector in India at the moment, and a sector that a lot of people have a lot of questions for and about. It is the EV sector, and I have Dheeraj Reddy here, the founder of Fae Bikes. Let me have him introduce his own brand today. Hi, Dheeraj.
Hi Divya, thanks for inviting me here.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Sure.
Yeah, so at Fae Bikes, we are electrifying the last mile deliveries in India. How we are doing is that we provide full stack electric mobility solution for successful EV transformation in the last mile delivery segment.
Okay.
If you look at last mile delivery as a segment in India is booming rapidly. It's growing at an exponential rate. It has grown 10 times in the last 1 decade, and it is projected to reach $30 billion by 2030. And electrification of last mile deliveries is going to become the backbone for the entire industry.
Okay.
And that is being really reflected by the entire ecosystem. When it comes to government, it is central government and the state governments are pushing significantly for massive large-scale electrification of the last mile deliveries, because last mile delivery as a segment, it contributes to significant carbonization. Right? So to decarbonize the entire sector, the government is pushing significantly, as well as companies like all the last mile delivery companies like Swiggy, Zomato, Big Basket, Porter. All of these companies are also going completely, they are also pledging, Flipkart, Amazon and all, they're pledging for 100% electrification of their last mile delivery fleets by 2030. Because they also have to satisfy the ESG norms, environmental and sustainability norms. So because of this push, and also electric vehicles are in general very cost effective for last mile delivery partners as well. So delivery partners can save around anywhere between 6,000 to 7,000 rupees every month, which is a significant increase in their income savings just by switching from petrol vehicles to electric vehicles. But what is lagging in this space is there are still a lot of challenges which are which are posed by the delivery partners especially to adopt to electric vehicles, and because of which the mass adoption is still not happening. That's what we have identified at Fae Bikes. At Fae Bikes, we have been working for the last 4 years in the last mile delivery space, and we were one of the earliest electric fleet adopters in the country. Some of the challenges are delivery partners are not able to get access to really high quality electric bikes which are purpose built for the delivery use case. So they are able to get scooters which are meant for normal general commute purpose, but those vehicles are not solving their problems. I mean, they're facing constant breakdowns. There is no service support, and because these guys, the delivery partners, they do 80 to 100 kilometers in a day on an average. The breakdown of the vehicles happen very fast. The service and maintenance requirement is very high for them. So there is no holistic solution which is solving for their bike problem, which is providing access to really good quality, high durable, robust, bikes which don't break down more fast, and at the same time a solution which also offers them a really good battery swapping or fast charging, and solves their battery range anxiety problem, and also a solution which also provides them on demand service and maintenance support, because each day of breakdown of a vehicle causes them an income loss of anywhere between 1,000 to 2,000 rupees. That's significantly high amount. So that's what we are trying to solve holistically.
All right.
And the other thing is that delivery partners as a community are much more, they tend to use the vehicle on a flexible subscription model, because their job is not permanent, right? So majority of the delivery partners, they come from small towns, they migrate from small towns of the country and to bigger cities, looking for short-term gig work. Right, they tend to work in delivery ecosystem for probably like 6 to 8 months and make money, and then again go back to their place and again come back. So their nature of job is not certain, so they don't prefer to buy a bike. So holistically what we are trying to do is we are providing a solution which satisfies the exact needs of delivery partners, while also through a business model which is flexible and affordable for them.
Okay.
We are providing them swift on-demand service maintenance. So both in our hubs as well as on-road service assistance as well.
Alright.
So we are bringing the entire solution to them under single flexible weekly or monthly subscription, so that they don't need to spend a lot of money to purchase the bike and again deal with all the maintenance and breakdowns and all of these things, insurance costs, and completely we have eliminated.
Okay.
So a delivery partner, just like that, once they decide to join any delivery job, they just reach out to us. They can take a bike, and they get access to a really good quality bike with battery swapping, with service and maintenance, everything. It's like a plug and play solution. It's like a plug and play. It's like a WeWork or co-working space for offices. It's just like that. We are providing a plug and play mobility solution for the last mile delivery ecosystem.
Okay, that's interesting. It's a totally new, I would say, niche thing that you are developing in the EV sector. But let's talk about the global market. So something like this I have heard of in especially in China, I would say. How are you seeing the market being open to this kind of a service in India?
See, when we started off in 2021, the market was very nascent. We had to significantly push this kind of a solution and a concept to the delivery partners, because back then there was no awareness when it comes to electric vehicles at all. So we had to put a lot of effort to bring that awareness in the delivery ecosystem. So we were working closely with the delivery partners on ground. At the same time, we were also working with companies like Zomato and all, Big Basket, to also bring awareness among the corporates as well. But the scenario is completely different now. With relentless effort, with a lot of on ground awareness things which we have taken up. So there is a lot of awareness which has happened. There is a lot of adoption which has happened. And I would say that we are fairly established in this market already. So we have been, for the last 3 to 4 years, we have been operating with a decently big enough EV fleet, and we have served more than 10,000 delivery partners over the last 3 to 4 years. We have helped them save more than 35 crores in their income savings. And we also benefited the environment in a way. We've helped cut down more than 10,000 tons of carbon emissions. And also from the fleet operation standpoint, we were also facing a lot of issues when it comes to fleet maintenance. The R&D was not happening in India, and the batteries were not lasting long. So because of these things, we were also facing a lot of breakdowns and all. So that's when we have started completely working. We went again on on the drawing board. We started. We tried to fix. Understand what exactly is missing in our business model and what exactly the delivery partners need from a solution like us. So then we reinvented the entire, solution. So we started off working on 3 key pillars which are required for, providing a really superior mobility experience for delivery partners. Starting with the bike in itself. So what we felt is that the bikes which were available in the market for regular consumers, it doesn't work out at all for delivery partners, because they use their usage is like almost anywhere between 5 to 6 times or even 10 times more than an average user. So, and their usage is also pretty harsh. I mean, look at 10-minute delivery. They are always on the run to deliver, right? So they don't look out on the speed breakers and all. By nature of the work, I mean, nothing to blame, but by nature of the work, they tend to use a vehicle in a rough manner. So, we planned, then we focused on how best we can, make a bike, how robust can we make the bike, and how comfortable and convenient we can make the bike, because it has to be robust enough for day-to-day operation. It has to be durable for delivery purpose, and it also should be ergonomically very comfortable for them because they tend to use a bike for 10 hours, 10 hours in a
Yes.
day. I mean, it's crazy how they use a bike. So it has to be comfortable for them, and the right quality, the reliability of the bike should be really high. It should not, constantly keep, breakdowns in the middle of the road and all, because it directly impacts their income.
True.
So we then fixed on all these problems and arrived at a solution. We have co-developed a solution, a bike which is really purpose built and really meant for them. This bike is modular in the sense that this can be easily switched between multiple delivery use cases, whether it's an e-commerce delivery, whether it's a quick commerce delivery or a grocery delivery. It can be easily interchangeable through easily detachable rear racks, and it also can be used for personal use case. Because even if a delivery partner, he or she will be using the bike for 5 or 6 days in a week for delivery, but one day or 1 or 2 days they'll be using for personal use case.
Sure.
So we also made it a provision for a pillion seat attachment in the back.
Okay.
So this bike is the modularity of this bike and really good ergonomics and dependable ride quality. So all of these things are actually, whatever effort we have kept on in development of the bike has resulted in a really, really good demand from the market.
Okay.
So delivery partners are really, really happy now with the bikes which we have deployed. So one aspect of the problem is this bike, and we have successfully came to a solution. Although there is a scope for improvement always, and we are always working to make it even better.
Okay.
And the second aspect of the problem was solving the range anxiety for the riders, for the community, because they do 80-100 kilometers in a day, unlike us. So the need, there is always an anxiety when it comes to when will the battery dry up, when will I end up on the road, what if I end up on the road.
Yes.
So to solve that, like we have really built the entire ecosystem of battery swapping network through partnership with battery swapping companies. So we've integrated our platform with battery swapping networks, and we are providing a really robust access to a robust battery swapping network.
Okay.
So riders, delivery partners, if they just swap the battery once, they can ride up to 70 to 80 kilometers.
Okay.
So just once, if they do 1 or maximum 2 times swaps in a day, they'll be able to comfortably do their entire, whatever the number of deliveries they intend to do in a day.
Okay.
So we have solved that problem as well. And we have also, we have a really strong service network, which we have built over time, and quality control processes when it comes to, service and maintenance.
Okay.
And we have also built through our application, riders can, just like that, book a service and maintenance, and they can track the real-time progress of the service and maintenance as well.
Okay.
So we have built that transparency in the system.
All right.
So we are giving a holistic solution. We have taken really a lot of care to build the solution to the nitty-gritty detail. We have not just tried to fit in some solution to make it work. So making something work is not our motto. Building something exceptional for the backbone of the Indian economy, right? So the gig economy is going to become one of the backbone of the Indian economy. So we wanted to make sure that whatever we're building for them has to be top notch.
Right.
So we have taken efforts to build that, and hopefully we are delivering it.
That's interesting to know. And also, like you said, it is definitely, I would say, directly giving a boost to the economy, like you were mentioning, and especially giving more jobs, I would say, to people who are looking at gig working, right?
See, in the end of the day, core of our, the core of our vision is like, they are working, they're toiling endlessly on the roads to bring convenience to every one of us. So we wanted to do our part to bring them convenience and make their days happy, day-to-day life happy. Because, 10 hours in a 24 hours day is like almost 40% of the day they are spending, almost like 80% of the time in a day where they're awake, they're spending on roads. Bringing us convenience. So we wanted to make sure that we wanted to do our part the best way to deliver really good comfort and convenience for them. We don't want to make their lives miserable.
Definitely,
So,
yeah. So we've been talking a lot about the hardware side of it. So if you see the other EV brands that are there in the market at the moment, they have a lot of IoT built softwares also being integrated with the EV bikes, right? So how is Fae Bikes working with that, or what do you even think is the future of software in EV?
the software in EVs actually electric vehicles by nature of the technology, right? Technology of the electric vehicles has a lot of scope inbuilt for software integration at a deeper level because there are a lot of the core components like batteries or motors
Right.
and controllers and all. So there is a lot of data which can be harnessed, unlike a
Right.
petrol bike.
Yes.
There is a lot of data which can be harnessed to improve the quality of the ride, the durability of the life of the vehicle, and even in terms of maintenance aspects as well. There's a lot of scope through IoT and sensors, like really good sensors. Uh, to extract component level data and to significantly improve the customer experience and the life of the vehicle.
Okay.
So that's where a lot of companies are playing in. Like, hardware is something which has to be dependable. Hardware, without hardware, no amount of software can fix the hardware issues. So hardware is something which has to be really strong, whether it's the quality of the batteries or the motors and the mechanical design of the bike in itself, right? The suspension, the braking, and all. It has to be really good. On top of it, software, if there is a layer of data where we can harness the data or the usage patterns of the bike and the component level data to significantly, it can improve with the overall experience for the customer in all the aspects, in the way they perceive the ride, the quality of the ride, the after sales support, service and maintenance.
Right.
There's a predictive maintenance aspect which we can bring in by harnessing this data on a real time. So companies are innovating. I mean, I would say a lot of companies are innovating. They are building data models around and sensor stack to amplify the experience. At Fae Bikes, we have noticed that, like, we being a fleet operator, we have to be on top of this technology all the time, because for us, optimizing the asset, the quality of the assets, optimizing the ride quality, optimizing the service and maintenance, optimizing the fleet utilization, right? That is the end game for us.
Okay. Another thing I am noticing in EV bike users is their want for private charging, right? How much is private charging accessible to people in India at the moment? Is definitely less, but how do you see it, and is there an opportunity there even in Fae Bikes?
Private charging in the sense charging in their homes or offices?
Yes, homes and certain stations where they can actually go and do it.
So it's public charging.
That is public, but the stations that they, for example, maybe there's a community, right, in a particular area, and then they keep it for themselves. Things like that. Definitely, house comes first, and then community charging. So things like that. How would that work?
So I think for transformation to happen significantly and adoption to happen fast, access to charging has to come from across across three different things. One is private charging, which is absolutely private, like in the residences.
Yes.
And also and also in the apartment level, right? The majority of the people in city lives in apartments. So the parking, the basement parking, wherever they park the cars or vehicles, they have to be equipped with the charging stations.
Right.
So that is one part of it. Like that has to be robust enough. And the second thing aspect is the workplaces where they tend to travel, and the malls, the malls and the theaters and all, right? So they should have a semi-private kind of a charging access. It's not completely public charging, but it's restricted to the community. And the third thing is a entirely public network. So what we see is that, like, for adoption in the general public, uh, the accessibility for private and semi-private charging is much more compared to public charging, especially in the two-wheelers, because two-wheelers generally people don't use it for going on highways, right? So they use it for local commute. So very rarely they require access to fast public charging, because in a day, even if they roam about for an entire day in the city, they can only do like 70-80 kilometers, right? So the need for public charging is much lesser for general commuters.
Right.
The need for private and semi-private is much higher. And there are companies who are actively working on, not just companies like Charzo, Kazam and all, they are actively working on making the access private and semi-private, electrifying the private and semi-private, locations. Even the entire community of the real estate builders and all, they are also actively, working towards electrifying their real estate.
Okay.
So they are also doing it actively.
About the different innovations in the types of battery that's evolving at the moment, what is your take on it?
So battery technology is actually evolving very rapidly, both globally and in India as well. There are really companies now who are working actively on developing fast charging and ultra fast charging technology in the battery tech. So if you look at the evolution, when the EV adoption just started in the nascent stage, the entire industry was adopting with NMC cells, batteries with NMC cells, and there were quite a lot of problems. There were no standardization of the cells as well back then. Like even if you look at like 4 or 5 years back, there were no standardization of the cells, and there was no norms also set, by the government of India, or even the companies were also in the learning phase, right? So that's why we have seen a lot of early issues happening with respect to batteries. But for the last couple of years, government of India has set really good standards on the compliance standards for batteries for the OEMs.
Okay.
And OEMs are also have to adopt. They have adopted to with better safety standards and all. If you look at the technology level, a lot of companies now are actually working on making better quality cells. There are companies who are working on cell manufacturing as well in India, and LFP as a chemistry is now getting more adopted in India rather than NMC, because LFP as a chemistry is more reliable. It has better thermal stability. It has longer life. It has almost 2 times more life at a cellular level compared to NMC. So in India, because of the weather condition and also, LFP is actually now is more preferred by the industry compared to NMC. But for certain really high performance bikes, companies are still preferring NMC because of the energy density. NMC has more energy density compared to LFP. So if the bike has to provide high torque and high performance, so companies and also if the battery has to accommodate lesser space and also provide high performance, then companies are preferring NMC over LFP.
Okay. And also, do you think, like you already mentioned that Indian companies are manufacturing it, but still there is a huge import that is happening for components of EV bikes. So how are you seeing it as an opportunity, as not as opposed to it becoming a threat?
Yeah, as you rightly said, still there is a dependence on core components, like especially the battery cells and even components for the powertrain, like motor, controller and all. There is still a lot of dependency on countries like especially China. But what's happening is that what's happening currently in India is that with more and more sales happening, because of more and more market adoption happening, companies like the component manufacturers and all are trying to establish economies at scale, because earlier there was no scale which was coming from the Indian market, right? Because of not having scale, it was not making sense for a lot of legacy component manufacturers to build components in India because of the high costs, so and the limited sales. With sales becoming more and more, over time, it makes sense for the companies to invest heavily on the component manufacturing and get a return on investment. And at scale, obviously, the cost will cut down, right? So I would say the future is really bright. Localization is going to happen at a component level. At a cell level, obviously there was, the lithium reserves itself in India are not there, right? So obviously for lithium ion, it has to be imported. But the cell manufacturing, I think, companies are coming forward, although it is really capex heavy and it requires a lot of support from the government. But companies are still coming forward to build and establish the cell manufacturing in India.
Okay.
And recently the lithium reserves also got discovered in Jammu and Kashmir, right? So I would say maybe in the next 4 or 5 years, probably we'll have access to lithium, in-house lithium.
Well, yes.
Yeah. So it will probably cut down our dependency on India. And maybe lithium itself may be replaced by sodium ion in future, because even companies now are even working on sodium ion cells for powering electric vehicles. But as of now, sodium ion has very low energy density, so companies are really working on how to increase the energy density of sodium ions to fit in the automotive use case.
All right. Okay.
So yeah, a lot of things are happening. Definitely. So it's quite interesting. We have to see how what technology takes.
It definitely is.
Takes more space in the market.
Coming to the sales side of EV bikes, right? Usually, with all the jargons that we are using with electric vehicles, usually it's the tier 1 cities, the people in the tier 1 cities who are aware of these technologies or these words even, and the concepts. They are the ones looking for EV alternates. If we actually take the data, that is what it says. How are you catering this to even tier 2, tier 3 cities? Are we trying to educate them first? Are we trying to take it as through the education, or how do you see the spread happening?
See, there are two aspects to look at. One is the sales of the electric vehicles in tier 1 and tier 2 cities, right? Tier 2, tier 3 cities. I would say now the awareness have gone into deep into tier 2 and tier 3 cities as well.
Okay.
And I see a lot of dealerships and all in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities, and people are getting aware. See, at a technology level, people may not need to get aware on the nitty-gritties, but the adoption is, if a guy next door is using it and vouching for electric vehicle, and how it's benefiting them, how it is saving them costs and all. Obviously, I take interest and buy, right? So in that way, in tier 2, tier 3 cities also, awareness is happening, and companies like Ather and all, and companies establishing the dealerships there, experience centers. So I say there is a remarkable progress happening in the EV adoption in terms of sales in tier 2, tier 3 cities as well. So when it comes to us entering tier 2, tier 3 markets, yes, there is a lot of scope, but our primary focus as of now is into going deep in the tier 1 cities, because majority of the delivery ecosystem is established, or getting more and more growing in the tier 1 cities, right? So because of that, we want to first strengthen our presence in tier 1 cities and then progress to tier 2 cities as well.
All right. Okay, that's interesting to know. And I think we'll conclude the podcast with talking about the investments in the EV sector, especially for EV bikes. What momentum do you see there?
From the investment standpoint, both the private equity and from the public sentiment as well is really strong when it comes to the entire EV ecosystem, because EV is not future, it's happening now. It's happening now. So a few years back, EV was EV future is out there was was the norm, right? So
Yes.
now it is not the case. I mean, EV is happening now, a lot of progress happening, and the adoption is really happening today across all the tier one cities, tier two, tier 3. Adoption is happening. Yes, there are challenges. As in with any new booming sector, there will be learning curves from the companies, and but I would say that we are right at the inflection point of the inflection point before the rapid adoption happens, because at the technology level adoption evolution is happening, and the market level maturity is happening at a ground level. So I would say and also the government policy is also very strong, and financing also is evolving for electric vehicles, which was not there back even 2-3 years back. Financing of electric vehicles itself is not at all there. So everything is happening simultaneously now, and I would say the growth is going to be significantly high in the next 5 to 10 years.
Okay.
India is going to see significant growth in the EV space.
As one last advice that you would like to give for investors who have already invested plus looking to invest in EV, what would that be?
The advice is with any growing sector, there will be a lot of hype, of course, in any growing sector, especially sectors like EV, AI, the sectors like that where disruption is going to happen very fast. The interest will be really high. I would say, but with any business, right, whether it's EV or AI or manufacturing or any business, the business fundamentals should be very strong before we look at investing, right? So the business model should be mature, and the fundamentals of the business, the profitability, scalability, unit economics, and all should also be really strong. So I would say also the team has to be should have really done the effort which is required to provide a right solution for the market. So as an investor, if I have to invest myself in the space, I would bet on people who have took the grind.
Okay.
People who have took the grind rather than just go with the hype.
Right.
I would bet on on the teams or the companies who know what they're doing, and who has took the grind and persisted. And yeah,
All right.
caution is needed, of course, like in investment. Yeah, caution is needed.
All right. Thank you so much for talking with me today. And I'm pretty sure a lot of investors would be very much interested with all the information that you've given about the brand and even about the EV space. Now they are well informed. I think they would be more coming forward to do more investments. Thank you so much, Dheeraj, for talking
Thank you
with
so
me
much,
today.
Divya.
Yeah. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.